Melafia very clear. The same thing that Obadiah Melafia have revealed before they killed him, that was exactly what this man is repeating. The man they just freed said that they are now in the southeast and they are waiting for an order to take over. And they told him to his face that Nigeria belonged to the Fulanis. That Nigeria belongs to the Fulani, that they're going to purchase ammunition. After purchasing ammunition, that they are going to take over everywhere. Exactly the same thing Obadiah Melafia said. And you see the man saying that the military is protecting them. So when Obadiah tells you that military is in collusion with these people, it is not a propaganda. He wasn't lying. That revelation Obadiah Melafia made was accurate, 100% accurate. No doubt about it. But so many people ignore it. Even when Obadiah came and called fellow Christians, come and have a seat at home for 1 good week. Obadiah Melafia called for a seat at home for 1 good week to let the world know what is happening and to let these people know that they don't own Nigeria. Nobody listened to Obadiah Melafia. May his soul rest in peace. Today he lost his life. He's no longer here. But every revelation that Obadiah Melafia made is the same thing that this man is relating. The man they just released now. That is what he's saying. The same thing is what he's revealing. But you still see some people pretending that as if everything is okay. People are still pretending that everything is all right. People are still pretending that there's no problem. People are still pretending that it's all well. People are still pretending that it is IPOB that are killing people. It is the ESN that are killing people. Even when they know that it is not true. They know very well that it is not true. They know that the killers are Fulanis. The major kidnappers we have who are collecting ransom on daily basis, millions, they are Fulanis. I played the video yesterday where they are asking for ransom. People they kidnapped in Kaduna Rail, they are still parading them, showing them on daily basis, group by group, they are showing all of them. What have the military done since then? Nothing. What have the government done? Nothing. They say that the government know what they need and they know what they want. And you hear Obadiah Melafia telling you here that they are the same. That all the Boko Haram members are the same. It doesn't matter where they come from. That Boko Haram and bandit are one the same. Today you hear the same man. You hear the pilot saying the same thing. You heard the pilot when he was explaining. He said that these people are the same, and they say that they are going to invite their brothers from Sambisa Forest, from Kaduna, from all the places they are. They will invite them to the southeast, and they will go to take over the whole southern part of Nigeria. What does that tell you? It doesn't ring bell in your ear. No, it doesn't ring bell. But instead of our politicians talking about this very issue that matters, instead of the government fighting against the terrorists, they are busy fighting against people who have created an organization to defend themselves. They are fighting a security outfit that was created to secure Biafra land. Stay in the bushes, secure Biafra land. They are busy fighting them. The ESN was not established to fight the police. ESN was not established to fight the army. They were not established to kill innocent people. They were established to drive away the terrorists in our bushes. Mazen Nanekano made it clear when it was launched. After begging the governors for so many months to establish the ESN, to establish a security outfit, they refused. After begging the governors to protect the southeast region, they refused. Mazen Nanekano went ahead to secure that very security outfit to protect the whole southeastern region. They destroyed it. They came after it. They tried to demonize it. They created division. The same division is what they came. They now created another division in IPOB. Today, IPOB have so many factions. So many. They have brought in so many people in IPOB who are now doing their bid. They have infiltrated everywhere. Infiltrated even the ESN. They have formed unknown gunmen on different places, taking the life of innocent people, including fighting against the sit at home. Even when we establish the sit at home to air our opinion, since we don't have representation in that country called Nigeria, the politicians don't represent us, the House of Assembly member, the senators, the governors, they do not represent ordinary people. The ordinary people choose another point, and they cannot protect outside. If they protect outside, they will be killed. They choose sit at home. Sit at home, secure yourself. Don't come out, just sit at home every Monday. Only that one day, sit at home. They refuse. They begin to demonize the sit at home. They send forth their people to come and infiltrate and begin to enforce it, say that enforces it at home, taking the life of innocent people and destroying properties. And at the end of the day, they want to blame ESN, just to demonize the ESN, demonize IPOB. Today, you have seen the game. You have seen what is happening today. Every single thing we have been crying about and talking about is what this man said. And when they will tell you that the federal government of Nigeria is a terrorist government, some people think it's a joke. It is not a joke. Even before now, people forget. In their conventional media, there's another confession I'm going to play. Remember somebody who came to their conventional media, another security officer, a security officer who is not supposed to be known, took a risk to come and explain and expose the plans and things that are happening in that contraption called Nigeria. I'm going to search for the video and play for you so that you can be able to recollect. In case you have forgotten. So that you can be able to recollect in case you have forgotten what has been going on in that contraption called Nigeria. The way the government is involved in the terrorism that you are seeing in that contraption. That is why we are calling for a breakup. When you break it up, you break the interest. All these things you are seeing today, you will see them no more. They will die a natural death. But as long as you continue to be in that contraption, there will be more deaths. There will be more destruction. There will be more loss of life. There will be more loss of life. Why we are doing what we are doing today, why we are crying what we are crying, why we are shouting what we are shouting, is because of the government is the one that is responsible for everything that you are seeing today. It is not a blackmail. It's not a propaganda. It is the truth. You saw an eyewitness, somebody that escaped kidnapping, came out to say that the military are protecting the terrorists that kidnapped him and collect 100 million naira. The military were protecting them. Obuda Melafia made the revelation. One other general also make a general, whatever I call him, that general that made the revelation that said that the military is colluding. Danjuma. General Danjuma also said it openly before the whole. A general who was a commander before, a commander-in-chief. A general that was a former commander-in-chief said that the government is colluding, the military is colluding with the terrorists. And people took it for granted. People didn't believe him. People thought he was just making noise. If you are not satisfied with all those, I want to show you this one again. This very confession again was made openly in their conventional media. Watch it. Maybe some of you have forgotten, but we don't forget. We keep record so that when things are happening, we're going to be playing this so they can see. So when we are talking about the collusion and the terrorist act of the Nigerian government, you will not be doubting it. Watch this video.
It's not about sentiments. It's that there are a group of people in this country that feels that this country should be Islamized. This is a fact. I say you want me to start mentioning names of people in this government that we have interrogated. I was a member of an interrogation team, and I've interrogated a very high-ranking member of this government in 2007, 2008 on the issue of Boko Haram. I interrogated him. He's in this government right now. And what was the issue? Boko Haram. And this senior officer was actually let go because he was found culpable. But right now he's in the government. You see, we must say the truth, because if you don't, this country is going down the precipice. We have been set back more than 60 years right now. We've gone back to the time before 1966 now. And whoever is coming back to repair this country has a lot of work to do. This country has never been polarized, so we cannot run away from it. We have never been this much polarized. I'm a federal person. My mind is federal. My brain is federal. My loyalty is federal. I do things for the federal government. So I cannot come here and try to be sentimental. No, I'm a federal person.
So will your life be at risk now that they're hearing you?
I don't care. I don't care. And my colleagues, they know me. Those people that listen to me, they know me. I don't care. The issue is that this country is bigger than an individual. That is the issue. This country is bigger than individuals. Buhari will come and go. Eliminating me or killing me will not solve the problem and will not add value. But he will come and go, and somebody must come and repair the damage to the psyche of this society, the damage to the polarization, to the nepotism that I've never seen in my life. I work with all these presidents. This is the worst situation I've found myself. And believe me, internet does not forget. I was part of the people that helped to bring Buhari to government because I believe in him.
Have you worked with the government after that?
After
you helped bring the government?
Oh, of course, I worked with him. We brought him in 2015, and I work as the Deputy Director of Defense Administration. And we have a lot of hope in him. And we actually are ready to do anything for him. What he has turned out over the years is shocking to us. I was in Harvard in 2014, in December, when the Department of State Services and CIA and others were contemplating about Buhari and other aspirants. I know what we did to convince the American government that the only person that can come and put this country right is Buhari. That was before the Lagos, APC, before they chose within.
Right.
And that was how Tinubu came in. We know what we did, but what he has done in the past 6 years is shocking. It's unprecedented. And it should not be allowed to be swept under the carpet because the damage to the psyche of this country is monumental. We'll talk.
You've heard him. You see why it is good to play all these videos. When people make revelations on their conventional media, before you know it, they sweep it under the carpet and nobody talks about it. This staggering revelation was made in channel television. But today you see them losing focus. Every one of them today is focusing on the agitators. They took all the blame and put on the agitators. Every one of them is blaming Mazen Nandekan for everything, blaming IPOB. But this man that was speaking here was a secret security officer that have worked and killed for that same caliphate. Look at him lamenting the kind of damage the late Muhammad Buhari have done. They have handed over Nigeria to terrorists, and terrorists are in charge. As you are watching this video, they are running over southern part of Nigeria on speed. You had a confession of that man that was released. The priests that were released, you had a confession that they said they are purchasing more weapons. As soon as they are done, they are just waiting for an order. Once the order is given, that they are going to run over the whole area in a twinkling of an eye. And they will invite their brothers and sisters in Zambeza Forest and other places. The same thing Obudaya Melafia revealed. This is the same thing Mazen Nandekan have been shouting online, when he's shouting and calling Fulani. They call it hate speech. It is not hate speech, it's a reality. Reality of what they plan and what is going to happen. It's a reality. And they are being sponsored and supported by the government of the country. You see, when we talk about it, people tend to forget. And you see that prelate saying, that very priest was saying that they told him that Nigeria belonged to them and they are going nowhere. And if you think it is just them saying it, you say, okay, maybe because they said it. It is the plan of the government of the day. Remember, the governor of Bauchi State, sitting governor of Bauchi State, somebody who is now contesting for presidency, somebody who wants to run for presidential seat, was at the same time supporting these people, talking about Fulanis, that they are inviting Fulanis all over, telling us that Fulanis don't have identity, that all the Fulanis in West Africa, they are all Nigerians. A sitting governor was saying that in the national television. Nobody challenged him. Today you hear a terrorist telling you that the country belongs to them and you are shouting, hey, look at what they say. When they say it, you shout. Why are you shouting? Why are you shouting even when a governor, a sitting governor, have told you that they are invited them to come and take over? When they tell you they're taking over, you think it's a joke. All you have to do is protect yourself and defend yourself. That is what Mazen Nandekan saw. And Mazen Nandekan was calling for self-defense. Mazen Nandekan called the governors, protect your land, protect your people, protect. The governors closed their deaf ears. They did nothing until Mazen Nandekan went ahead to establish the ESN to protect the people, protect the bushes, protect our people, protect our farmers, to make sure that the terrorists do not penetrate our forests. That was the mission of the ESN. But instead of the governors to cash in on this and support Mazen Nanekano, they destroy the ESN. They plan to destroy the ESN. They demonize them. They created different factions. They brought in the terrorists by themselves in uniform. They went to Abuja to invite terrorists in uniform. You saw Hope Uzodinma boasting that he was the one that called the military. And you and I know that the military themselves are members of Boko Haram. You saw a General Danjuma, saying that the military is colluding. The military is colluding with the terrorists. The military is colluding with the terrorists. You had Danjuma, a former chief of army staff, saying it openly before the whole war. Obuda Melafia came and made a revelation before the whole war. Today, you see the priest that was just released saying the same thing the other people have been saying. All this thing are in their conventional media. When we come to social media and talk about it, people call it hate speech. They target hate speech. They say we are saying lie, but it is the truth and nothing but the truth. And if you want to see the origin of the attack and whatever, I'm going to play the video of that governor of Bauchi State. What he said in a national television, nobody challenged him. He was not arrested. Nobody debunked. Nobody told him to stop saying what he's saying. That is not the wrong thing. Was there claiming that Fulanis do not have identity except Fulani. They are not. They are not Nigerians. But he said that the land is for they want to accommodate them. They want to bring them in from all parts of the world. And today they have come to take over. And some of you are shouting, we are surprised. Why are they killing? Why are they? When a governor, a sitting governor, told you that they are going to bring them, Erufai also told you that he went to pay them, to compensate them. And this governor was fighting to be a president in that contraption called Nigeria. The same governor who made this statement was fighting for. These are the people who are the right-hand men of the late Muhammad Buhari. These are the people holding the Asorock. I want you to listen to him, what he said. Sitting governor of what you said. Listen.
To cultivate that culture in our people, while at the same time bringing the Fulanis in one fold and try to arrest their traditional practice of moving from one place to the other. And that is very big, an uphill task. But I think we can communicate with them more, because to them they don't have borders from Cameroon to Nigeria.
But that's the thing, Your Excellency. How do we ensure that those who will be participating in this federal government largely funded program will be Nigerians?
In terms of the funding?
No, in terms of the
operations.
Operations. You said to bring in the Fulanis together. We have Fulanis from other countries.
The issue
as well.
of misconception, I said there is a lot of mistrust and misconception with regards to the Fulani man. The Fulani man is a global or an African person. He moves from the Gambia, from Senegal, and his nationality is just a Fulani man. And as a person, I may have my relations in the Cameroon, but they are also Fulani men. I have relations because from the maternal side, I'm a Fulani man. And that is why we want to educate people. A Fulani man sees himself as a Bayelsan, as somebody coming from the Niger Delta, because he speaks the Niger Delta language, which you and I don't. And of course, we would have to just take this as part of our own heritage, something that is African, and that we cannot just close the border and say the Fulani man is just a Nigerian or this. No. In most cases, the crises are precipitated by those outside Nigeria. When there is a reprisal, it is not the Fulani man within Nigeria that causes it. It is that culture of getting revenge, which is embedded in the tradition of the Fulani man, that attracts reprisal from all over the world.
If I understand it, does that mean that those Fulani men who are maybe domiciled in other countries, who move around, they can come into the country and this plan will accommodate them as well?
Yes, that's what we want to do. But it has to be done through sensitization, telling them you have to buy in the project, and you use the language, the culture itself to be able to convince them, away from the mistrust where the whole system of transhumance or pastoralism is criminalized. Criminalization of pastoralism is the problem that we have with this project, and it requires people with passion who understand them and who they believe in, people like us from that part of the country, to say yes, we have this. Because today there is no limit to the accusation that this and that has happened and it is the Fulani man who caused it. There is no tribe that is not that you don't have this criminality in, but certainly the way and manner we do it is really exacerbating the crisis and the problems.
Will there be any form of documentation of all the people that will be,
Yes, we are
within that.
Oh yes, that is going to give Nigeria the opportunity to really have the best in terms of documentation in the demographics. Because, as I said, the Fulani man settles anywhere he can feed his cattle. And so, if they are put in one place and they are made to understand that this is to save them and their animals, they are exposed to the vagaries of the forest and what is going on, cattle rustling, killings and what have you, and that's why it is important for them to understand that staying in one place is good. And of course, in terms of the best practice of carrying the meat, the cows and the lorries.
Let's stay with that security angle for a bit. Is there going to be, this plan going to be a fenced enclosure where anyone who comes in is secured, so there is no one that can just come in from anywhere else?
No. It is going to be a colony, and a colony does not require a fence.
You will understand
it is not going to be a prison.
You will understand the reason why people are concerned, because of all the security issues that have been happening over time. So if
these forests are there anyway. If you don't occupy them and create a colony out of them, they create places for the criminals. And today, that's why you have the Sambisa forest, because it is not being utilized.
But Your Excellency, much as yes, I mean, they're fantastic. We have met a lot of them who are Fulanis as well. But the concern too is, why should federal government use resources for this country to accommodate Fulani men who are not Nigerians?
You see, as I said, we are already accommodating them. Do you delineate and then really know who is not a Fulani man from Nigeria? They are all Nigerians, because I said their identity, their own citizenship is Nigerian, even though we have relations all over the world, all over Africa. And so, presumably they are Nigerians. I think you get me. That is the misunderstanding. They move from one place to the other, and they have relations, kith and kins in all the parts of the country, and even outside the country. So that is why our own population is fluid. You can certainly not say this is the population of Nigeria.
So these issues was raised. These same issues were raised in NEC, and NEC admitted and accommodated all of these concerns and said, yes, we will do this.
All these issues, there were some, you see, when decisions are taken, you don't give a dissenting view. It is a decision that it should be done, and state will look at its peculiarities and what it wishes. So for some of us, we think it's a very good thing. We can even say we will accommodate all the Fulanis in Bauchi if you want, and then we'll be taking their meat and their products to you, and then we'll make a lot of money.
Okay, to your 100 days.
Yes, but
time is flying.
No, let's just transit, maybe a little smoothly. How will this plan help the Bauchi meat factory?
Thank you very much. We have a Bauchi meat factory that has become comatose. We had stores and we have facilities all over the country to Lagos and Port Harcourt, but it was abandoned. And we believe we have ranches that were owned by the government. That's why I said the private sector must come. And then, of course, all the facilities, water, and the new grass that we are trying to develop using the Chinese technology, that it doesn't die, and then it boosts the protein content of the animals. So we believe Bauchi Meat Factory can serve the protein needs of the country by really preparing the meat and all the T-bones and whatever steak and that we can send to the hotels and so on and so forth. And then, of course, the animals are there. The Fulani man will know that he is getting value for money for his products. The only problem is the issue of making sure there is grass. Once the place dries and during the dry season, they will move. And that's why the issue of grassing and the rest comes in, and we need technology to do that.
Okay, we need to go to break.
You have heard this man. You saw the explanation this man was giving, defending this very killer Fulanis we are talking about today. So when you see a Fulani, a terrorist telling you that Nigeria belongs to them, these are the people who are sponsoring them. A governor, a sitting governor, including Buhari, telling you how they will accommodate, telling you that every Fulani identity is a Fulani. That the identity is Fulani. They are not even Nigerians. That they identify themselves as Fulanis. That's the identification. Telling you that every Fulani all over the world in West Africa, they are all Nigerians. So when you see them today claiming the land, coming to claim land, and you think it's a joke, It is not a joke. They have sponsors. When you see them operating and the military will look away from them, this is the reason. This is the reason. They are in charge. They are in Asorock. They are everywhere. They have taken over everywhere. The Fulanization of Nigeria has completed totally. The only thing that have been delaying it has been the ESN and the Biafra land. That is the only thing that have been delaying it. And that was why they couldn't wait any longer. They went and kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu against all odds, against international law. They kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today, holding him in captivity, holding him in Kamnikado. You see why we are asking and crying for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be released unconditionally. Because it is only Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that understands this thing better. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been shouting about the coming of the Fulanis for a very long time. They have been shouting and telling us this thing that is happening to the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. People say he's crazy. People call him ethnic bigot. People say he's calling for war. Today, you have seen that war you're running away from. It has come. You see the man that was kidnapped, the clergyman that was kidnapped and released, that made a press statement yesterday. Was it yesterday or today? You saw the press statement. He said it where that Fulanis are already, they are just waiting for an order to take over. The man paid a whopping 100 million for him to regain his freedom. That man cannot be telling lies. Every single thing that man have repeated is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have said. Is what Obuda Lafia have repeated. Is what this security man that played his video now said. In order to support what that man is revealing, it's exactly what this same man is now saying. This same governor was saying that Fulani, all of them are going to be settled in Nigeria. And when you see them kidnapped, they kidnap in Kaduna State and they're telling you that the federal government know what they want. The federal government know what they're asking for. This is what they're asking for, their land. The promise that they were made. Muhammadu Buhari promised them, every one of them, that is going to bring them back home and they're going to occupy Nigeria as their own. That is what they are telling you, that the government of Nigeria knows what they are looking for. They want a Sharia state. They want a caliphate, a Fulanized country. That's what they want. You see why every single one of us should wake up. It doesn't matter where you come from. As long as you are indigenous to that country called Nigeria, this issue concerns you. You have to wake up and begin to ask for the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and ask for the breakup of this contraption. That is the only thing that will solve the solution. That is the only solution. When you break it up, you will break the interest. Every region will now be able to protect their own territory. It is only when you break up Nigeria that every region, the Oduduwa people, the Biafran people, and the Middle Belt will be able to protect their borders and know who are their citizens and who are not there. That is the only time we can be able to check the borders. But now, the borders, every border of Nigeria is no man's land. As you're watching this video, it's no man's land. Terrorists have taken over all the bushes. You see the man, even the governor, telling you that if the Rror was not built in that time, that the terrorists will take over the bushes. This is all their plan. Because the Rror was not given to them, today you see them taking over the forest by arm, with arms and ammunition. They are taking over the forest by force, by all means. That is what they are doing. If you're not convinced with all this explanation and all those videos, wait until Nigeria happens to you. Maybe when Nigeria happens to you, then you will know better. Wait, when Nigeria happens to you, then you will know better. But I pray that Chukwu Okike Abiyama will strengthen every Biafran in Biafra land to continue to stand firm. This is the time for every one of us to protect ourselves. This is the time for every Biafran to prepare to defend themselves. You see how evil the Caliphate government is. See how evil they are. Even while these people are taking over the bushes and preparing for attack, they are removing our equipment from our hand. They are removing our protection from us. They are removing our weapons from us. Meanwhile, the Fulani Caliphate are equipping their own terrorists in the bushes, taking over. And our governments, our politicians, they just close their eyes as if they're not seeing it. With all this confession on the national television, they pretend as if they don't know what is happening. None of them cares. After all their families are abroad. They have banked their money abroad, kept everything abroad. They don't care about you. The country can burn for all I care. They don't care. Only Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cares. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu could not be abroad and be watching his people being slaughtered. That is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu mobilized the people, wake up the people, created awareness, and people came out voluntarily to form the ESN, a volunteer force funded by the people. Nobody sponsored it, no politician sponsored it, no single person sponsored it. It is sponsored by Biafrans themselves. And today, when we say sit at home to ask for the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is our spokesman, the only man who can match them toe to toe, You say it is too much to ask. The sit at home will continue. We will continue to sit at home. With all this danger that is looming, you see people busy talking about election. You see people busy talking about campaign, talking about 2023 election. That is why we say there will be no election in Biafra land. There will be no election in Biafra land. If you're one of those who is preparing for election, forget it. There will be no election in Biafra land. Prepare yourself for a 2-week sit at home that is coming. 2 straight weeks sit at home that is coming. Prepare yourself. It is definitely going to come. We cannot wait for them to come and take us and kill us without putting us a fight. Biafrans are ready to protect themselves. Support the ESN and protect the ESN the best way you can. It is time for us to protect the ESN. The volunteer force, you are not paying them. You're not doing anything, just to encourage them. Every Biafra in Biafra land, you have to be awake. Stay firm. Stay firm. Listen to voices when they are coming. Listen to the voice of Biafra. 97.5 FM. Listen to information when they are coming so that you know where to go and where to follow. Pay attention at all times. If you don't, you're on your own. This time is not they are coming. They are there already. What we are now saying is that you have to protect yourself and stay safe so that your life is not taken away from you. You have to die standing, not to die sitting. You don't have to beg for your life. Fight for your life to free yourself. And the time is now. Do not allow their division. Do not allow their division. They will bring all manner of division, all manner of distraction to distract us and divide us so they can rule us. But you don't have to allow them. Remember what our Senior Martin Nanikano said, that the only way they can be able to overtake us is by dividing us. Divide and rule. They have been doing it for a very long time and they continue to do it. The only way we can overcome them and overpower them is to make sure that their divide and rule does not work. Every Biafran in Biafra have to wake up. Let us speak in one voice. Prepare ourselves to defend our land. They have come. They are already there waiting for order. Every information you need is there. May Chukwu guide and protect every single one of you who have shared this video. If you have not shared this video, please kindly share this video to your family and friends. Share it in your own platform. Share it in any group where you belong. Let people stand firm and be awake. There is danger. There is danger. It is not a child's play. There is danger. And the only way we can escape from that danger is to prepare for ourselves for what is about to come. Let us get prepared and get ready. May Chukwu guide and protect every Biafran in Biafra land. May Chukwu guide and secure every Biafran in Biafra, everybody that is genuinely fighting for freedom in that contraption called Nigeria. It doesn't matter your tribe. It doesn't matter your religion. If you are sincerely and genuinely asking for freedom, you will definitely see freedom. May Chukwu guide and protect our Sweet Amazing Nanikano. Secure our Sweet Amazing Nanikano and bring him out for us very soon. May Chukwu grant us our wish and desire. We will overcome. They will kill us. We will kill them. At the end of the day, Biafra will definitely come. Thank you so much for watching. Before I go, I have to remind you the word of our Sweet Amazing Nanikano. Watch this very instruction Amazing Nanikano gave. How we are going to stand firm and the agreement we have reached. Listen to Amazing Nanikano before I go.
Fulani Janjaweed can overwhelm us is by dividing us. If you are an agent of Fulani Caliphate, if you have come to do the bidding of Fulani Janjaweed in our land, I am asking you this very evening to retrace your steps. Because again, starting from this very day, anywhere Biafrans are killed, any governor, any police commissioner who tolerates the massacre of innocent people will pay very dearly for it. Will pay very, very dearly for it. Do not underestimate our resolve. Because this evening, first of all, I speak as a human being who is possessed of a compatriot spirit and empathy with the suffering of human beings everywhere, especially in the zoo that Britain created called Nigeria. Second, I speak as a witness to the suffering of Biafrans at the hands of their so-called fellow citizens in the zoo called Nigeria. And what we want to make abundantly clear is that we are warning everybody who is a stakeholder in the zoo about our determination and our resolve to ensure that our land is defended. This is a resolution we have reached, and it is cast in stone.
You heard our Student Mazen Kanu. I have nothing more to say. The resolution that every single one of us have reached, every Biafran, the resolution we have reached is that we will defend our life. We will defend our land. No inch of Biafra land will be taken. And that resolution is cast in stone. When something is cast in stone, it's unchangeable. You can't change it and you can't remove it. Defending Biafra land is something that we must do. It doesn't matter. It can cost our life. No matter what it takes, we will defend Biafra land. That is a resolution that we have reached as Biafrans, and it is cast in stone. May Chukwu be my guide and protect every single one of us. I will see you tomorrow by the special grace of Chukwu. Thank you so much for watching, and remember us. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow.
Are yet to wake up from your slumber or your sleep and get the point that we are exiting Nigeria. Exiting Nigeria is not going to come from the platter of golden plate. You have to sacrifice for it. And we are ready to sacrifice everything, including you, if you come and stand on the way of freedom. So you need to know how serious we are. We are damn serious. Some of you are not getting it. You think we are here to build political movement? We are here for freedom. Freedom comes with price. Okay? The only thing you can do is to comment on social media. Don't ever stand on the way of Biafra freedom. We crush you.
Their interest is suppressed. Biafra is the key. Once they can hold Biafra down, they can hold the whole of Africa down. Hey, freedom fighting, sorry. Because all these people are criminals. They are saying there is no way this man cannot be a criminal like themselves. They don't have a different breed altogether. They don't know that. I am Nnamdi Kanu. I don't do all this nonsense you do. My father was a very rich man, not ostentatious. I had the finest education that his money could afford. We are not poor. Have never been. That is why a poor man cannot be a freedom fighter. If you're not full of yourself, you cannot be a freedom fighter. You have to go everywhere. We must continue.